Hey everyone, today I'm here with the f-stop Tilopa 50 litre Duradiamond bag. Today I will be not actually reviewing this bag because I've reviewed it previously, but this time I will be giving tips on how to travel. In the last year or few years I've been traveling to many different destinations using various airlines, and many of you have asked me already, how do I travel with so much gear? What are my tips or secrets? So today I will be telling you how I managed to carry, let's say, a 15 to 20 kilogram payload as carry-on on airlines. So inside this bag, just lay it down. Instead of unzipping it with the back compartment, I will just remove the camera insert to show you that first. Out, back to the left. And this is my camera insert with all my gear. As I'm using one camera to film today, I don't have all my gear inside, but normally I have one more camera and one more lens in this bag, and occasionally a second tracker. Here's the first one, but normally I have two in there. So I managed to squeeze all that gear inside, and to give you a breakdown, basically I travel with 3 cameras, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lenses and 2 trackers, plus a load of batteries and accessories and so on. So how do we travel smart, and how do we get our payload down? Because normally, let's say the average limit is 8 kilos on most airlines, and when you've got 20 kgs and they're weighing that, or you know, it's a stress to go on the airlines and worry if they're going to tell you that your camera gear is not allowed on as carry-on. So a few tips to begin with. Things like this, intervalometers or any other kind of small accessories, chargers and so on, there's no point in bringing them on carry-on. So I recommend putting those in your suitcase. Now the thing about the intervalometers is they often have batteries like this one in the compartment below. And my recommendation is remove these batteries and put them inside your camera bag, because any kind of small batteries and so on can get your suitcase waved off, and then they may search and remove the whole intervalometer to begin with. The second thing is, if you're carrying a star tracker, if you're like me, an astrophotographer, is you can remove some parts that are unnecessary and you can throw them in the suitcase. Now you might ask me, why do I carry the star tracker to begin with? Well, this model, for example, has an inbuilt battery, and as I said before, with the intervalometer, you don't want to be putting batteries inside your checked luggage. So I remove the part with the battery, and it's the same for any kind of device that I cannot remove the battery and take it out externally. I put that in my checked luggage. So I can remove this part, put it back on, and I can also remove this part here with just 2 screws. So see which parts you can remove. Now the tracker is pretty sturdy, so it's probably not going to get damaged in carry-on, but like I said, this one has a battery inside, so I do take it with me. So the only thing that really should be in my bag are 1, cameras, and 2, lenses. And why do we put cameras and lenses on carry-on? Well, with suitcases being thrown around and stuff, or dropped and so on, excessive camera shake or let's say hits, even if it's protected, can damage sensors, can damage the optics of the lenses, and that's the last thing we want. And that's why I always bring that stuff as carry-on. Now this, for example, L bracket, no need for that in the carry-on, so you can remove that as well. That's one way to shed weight. And then if you have any cheap lenses that you don't really care about, now I do care about this one, but it's only about 200 bucks. So when the payload is really too heavy, then I may just risk putting this in my suitcase and I will wrap it a few times in some clothing and so on, and then it should be, you know, protected. Back to batteries, you have to bring your batteries on carry-on. You cannot put them in your suitcase. Now, some people might beg to differ, but there's always a risk that you know, your checked luggage is going to get stopped and they're going to remove those batteries and so on. So yeah, that's my tips for, you know, going lightweight. Now, the next thing to keep in mind is, let's say I've stripped my bag completely and the weight is as minimal as possible, but you're still, you know, over the limit. So right now with this setup like this, we're probably looking at something like 13, 14 kilos. Well, I always take a jacket with me, even if it's summer and it's hot, and it's very simple. You look for the biggest lenses, heaviest lenses, this one being about 1.5 kg, and I just place it inside my pocket, and this one. And I look for the second biggest lens, and I do the same. I put that in my other pocket. And then if we check again, we're looking at now about, you know, 10 kg or 9 kg, let's say. But let's say your payload is really heavy. The next thing to do is, obviously this is not the heaviest lens, but I put my heaviest lens on my camera, and then the camera strap that I never ever use, I decide to bring that along, and I hang one camera around my neck, which can be a personal item, and that is allowed. So by doing that, removing that, you end up with not much equipment in your bag at all, and you can definitely be you know, steady with a limit of 8 kg, and that will give you the option then to still bring a laptop and some other personal items. So those are my tips on traveling. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Please give a thumbs up, and thanks for watching. Clear skies, and see you all soon.